Welcome to another edition of Valor Life. This is a wonderful story for today. Ray Tullos, I got to know him in almost a year's worth of time at River Bend. You see the smile on his face, but to go back to his background, again, think back to things that happened when we're young that kind of dictate our lives, and his story is remarkable, and you'll see why now he's such a changed, powerful man. Ray Tullos, I love this man. For almost a year I got to spend with you there at River Bend, got a chance to be around you. You smiled then, you're still smiling now.
Yes, sir.
Feeling good, huh?
I feel good.
Tell me, I never really knew the whole background. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Pikeville, Tennessee.
Uh-oh, where's that?
Which is in Bledsoe County.
I got you. What was it like growing up there?
It was, we was on the poor side, we didn't have a father figure back in those days, and we was raised by our mom, so it was a little bitty old house, had like 3 bedrooms. We had no running water. We didn't have much or nothing, you know.
How did Mom provide?
She had a little old job, you know, that she worked, and she worked all day, and we would have to get in kindling and wood and coal, and we had to go to a spring to get water in buckets and jugs and carry it back to the house, and it was
How many of you, brothers and sisters?
we had back then, it was 2 sisters and 1 brother.
Did you ever wonder why there's no dad around? Because I hear this story so often. You know, we're talking Men of Valor and the importance of men in lives, and you didn't have that.
Yeah, it was, I was raised mostly by older guys that was in the neighborhood, and my uncles, and because my father went around, he was with another woman in another town, so he only come around every now and then, you know.
Really?
I got on meth and ice, marijuana, staying up 10 to 12 days at a time.
What?
Yes, sir, without eating, sleeping, and just around the wrong crowd, a group of people.
When you got arrested, how long were you sentenced to? How long were you in?
I was sentenced for 11 years.
Did you spend? How long?
I spent 8 years on 11.
What changed?
What changed? Men of Valor changed me.
Really?
And the people that I was around in River Bend, godly men. I remember the guys that I was around at River Bend. They're godly guys, man. They helped me all the way through. They did it. And they got me involved in Men of Valor because I didn't know nothing about Men of Valor. So, yes, I can say a lot about those guys. I really love those guys, man, and I know those guys are strong, and they're really good, strong Christian men in River Bend.
It's one thing to be a part of an organization and what Men of Valor stands for, but you got to believe and give yourself to the God that it stands for, right?
Right.
Does that become an important decision? Is that the thing that really ignites it otherwise?
That's very important, especially from where I had come from and what got me in prison. Yes, it's changed my whole life.
What happened?
I've got more godlier around the best people that you could be around. It helps me. It builds me up being around godly men, people here. It helps me stay focused more on God.
Does it make you want to kind of live up to what you're talking about and what they stand for?
It makes me want to live up to, from, like I say, you know, from where I used to be. Yes, sir.
And you talk about a guy raised without water, hot water and stuff, and look at this facility that you're at. What is this like?
Man, this is like heaven to me. This is a beautiful place. It is, and I love it here. This is a great place, and it's full of opportunities and fellowship and discipleship. It's just the best place I've ever been.
How hard is it, though, when you get out? While you're there, you're with other men of valor, be it, or men of faith, but now you're out and the world is coming in. Has it been tough?
No, it hasn't. It's been a whole lot better.
Why?
It's the people. It's the people here. It's a whole lot different.
Have you connected with your family at all?
I have. I went home for Christmas and had the best Christmas of my life.
What they say? Because they got to be a different look about you now.
Well, I called them before I went home, and I told them that I have changed, and the things that I didn't want to be back around was drugs and alcohol, and people that smokes. That's the only. I didn't want to go back to that, and I didn't want to be around none of it. And so when I went home for Christmas, That's why I say I had the best Christmas of my life. It was a whole lot different. I played games, and we sit around and talk, fellowship, and eat good food, and man, it was amazing.
Knowing you and all, and from what I hear from the staff, that you're kind of a bit of a leader around here. Why is that?
Yes, because that's the way I want to be. I want to be a kind of leader to lead other guys where they don't go back out there and do the same things that they did before, to go back into prison, because prison is not no place to be for nobody.
So you don't mind, in a way, being put on the spot, you know? If you call yourself a Christian, I'm gonna watch you. You don't mind that?
No, sir, not at all.
Does it make you walk that line a little more?
It makes me walk that line. It does. It makes me happy just to know that I'm different than what I used to be. And I know I'll never go back to what I used to do.
Oh, you never will. God
No,
bless
sir.
you. So there's our friend Ray Tullos with that smile on his face. And because he's a little older, like he says, he's a leader here for these guys. He wants to live up to the things that he's telling them to live up to. That's the power of Men of Valor, and that's the power of our Lord in his life. Join us. We've got more and more stories coming your way here on Valor Life.